Hey guys, and welcome back. We are at a pivotal point in the game. Levels 8 and 9 is going to be a very serious point where we need to start the accumulation phase, because once you get into level 8 and open up sewage, you're going to notice that the services are going to start to just flow in, no pun intended, that you're going to need to do several upgrades to kind of get through before we get to level 10, because level 10 is going to be where we unlock a lot of things in the game. We need to have a lot of cash on hand because we don't want to be caught behind. So I encourage you to take yourself at least a week on levels 8 and 9, do everything as slow as possible, and let's talk about what those things are you need to focus on. Because as you see right now with my services, I have 5 water towers going, I have a whole bunch in the way of sewage going, and additionally for power, I went ahead and have added the oil plant just because of the amount of upgrades that I can get there. But we have a lot going for power as well, and these are going to take time for you to do upgrades. So you need to constantly be going through your shops. You need to be making things now that you've had the opportunity to open up the trade depot. Don't hesitate if you want to open up a couple more slots here, because eventually you will open them all up, but for right now those 6 are fine. Items that you want to consider selling: metal and wood will not sell unless you put them for a penny a piece. Plastic is pretty popular, and seeds are also going to be purchased very quickly. Don't sell your plastic or seeds for anything less than full price. Additionally, no matter how desperate you get, don't be selling your land items, don't be selling your storage items for cash. You just need to kind of go through the motions, continue making those items, getting them for sale, and kind of moving forward that way. It looks like I have the opportunity here to add some additional industrial buildings, and these are going to be important. Again, that's why we want to stay down on these levels 8 and 9, so we can purchase these other industrial buildings. That one there is going to be 7,000, but I'm not going to do that right now. I don't have the cash on hand, because those will give you more production slots, and that's going to be important. So eventually you're going to want to destroy, use the bulldozer for these small factories, because that'll give you the opportunity to add another basic or mass production factory in your city, because those production slots, like I said, are going to be gold, just to make sure you're producing as many items as possible, as often as possible. We have the ability now to open up another one of our commercial buildings. We want to get the farmers market purchase, which is another 5,000, so you can start making those items that your buildings are going to be wanting to ask for upgrades also, so you can start selling the vegetables in the store to make money. We're continuing down here to accumulate golden keys, and also making sure that we are accumulating storage items when we can, because levels 8 and 9 need to be spent upgrading your storage before you get to level 10 while you're down here at these lower levels. Level 9 is a good accumulation stage for storage items, and I would recommend over here being at least at level 35 in material storage, and I am at 80 right now. Good rule of thumb is you want to have at least 10 storage slots for every level that you're at. So right now 90 would be safe. I have 80, but again, the accumulation of these are going to be difficult. You're going to have to continue to go through and just refresh this store to see if anybody's actually selling them. Additionally, always take advantage of going and visiting Daniel's city. Everything he sells in his depot is going to be at base price. I would recommend, if you have the cash on hand, to go through and purchase everything in his depot and then go over and sell them at full price. That's another way that you can utilize the opportunity to make money. Also, as you see these presents, make sure that you are collecting these. Again, every free item you get is another good item that you can have. Even if you don't need things from these other cities, I would go ahead and visit them so you could get the presents out of those cities, and then utilize those for either items to do upgrades with or to sell to make money. Because again, you are in the accumulation phase where you need to have a lot of money. It's going to take time to get all of these utilities in place and upgraded properly. You've had to add another fire station at this point. Also keep in mind, as you are starting to do these upgrades, as you see the service demand for this is going to jump from 5 to 15. So that means I need to have an additional 10 available in my utilities prior to doing an upgrade, or else I'm going to get the little red exclamation point there telling me that I'm not at the service needs. Now, is that important? Yes. You see that 77% up there. is the happiness, and that percentage is used to base on how many dollars in tax revenue you're going to generate for your city. So if you have more happiness, you're going to generate more tax dollars in your city. And again, every tax dollar you have is going to be important moving forward from here. So things to keep in mind: level 8 and 9, we want to get our storage increased as much as we can. I haven't done any land upgrade yet because, again, that happens at level 11. I told you that's a pivotal level, so we want to spend lots of time at 8 and 9. We want to make sure that we're going through and we are completing all of these cargo ship departures, because that's going to be important to have those items on hand as we continue to move forward. You want to make sure that you have all of your utilities upgraded to the point that you are able to do slow upgrades here in your city to make sure that your utility needs are met. Additionally, you want to make sure that we are always using production in these stores here so that we have items available to sell over in our trade depot. We want to make sure that we open all 3 stores that we have available, just so we're always in production mode. Level 9, as you see, we open up, this is level 10. Everything that we open up, we're going to get the furniture store, which means we're going to get chairs, transportation unlocks, and education unlocks. And both of those take 20,000. At least they did prior, when I did it the last time, to get the Department of Education. Yep, still 20,000. We need those departments of education. We need that Department of Transportation in our cities in order to add those specialties so that we can use those boosts for our city to up our population. Higher population equals more tax dollars, which means we are progressing further along, making more money, and making sure our city is as efficient as possible. So again, 8 and 9 are very pivotal. Upgrade as slow as possible. As you see, I've definitely started adding more parks in here. I've kept the other parks over here on the corner. If you get super desperate and you need to bulldoze one of those for cash, you can, but I'm going to encourage you to hold off as long as you can there, guys. So appreciate you guys sticking around. Be a couple of days before you guys see the next video, because I need to get to those marks that we were just talking about. And make sure you guys like these videos, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to this series, and I'll see you guys in the next one.